all set. And welcome to another episode of the Geek Bytes podcast. I am Ramon Mejia, episode number 109 of the podcast. And this guy is...
I'm still standing here. I'm Edgardo Acosta.
That's right, folks. In every single podcast, we bring you the round of the week's best geek and tech news. We discuss that news, of course, and anything else we happen to be interested in that week.
Let's see if I can rush it as fast as you. In Geek News this week, we'll talk about Apple Ransome. Never mind, I'll go at my own speed. In Geek News this week, we'll talk about the Apple Ransome, Deadpool 2 casting, a peek at SpiderMan's new costume, the Movie Trailer Showdown, and much, much more.
Absolutely. Before we begin, we want to give a big shout out to our new two Patreon supporters, Michael Chatfield and Matt Dinneman. Both of them have decided to give a $10 a month to help support the podcast and help us to cover expenses. So thank you very much, guys. You guys are super, super generous.
No, I love them.
Oh, see, he loves them. I'm just thankful. So there you go. We have different rewards planned for both of them based upon those responses, guys.
Yeah, they're awesome. Look at it. Ah!
Phone down.
Gravity. How dare you freaking... What was this? Newton?
Okay, but we're going to meet our show go, of course, with Geek News.
Yeah. I don't know what's causing the buzz, but we're going to have to pry that screen up with something.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay, folks.
Yeah, I'm going to get to it.
Knowledge
is power, kids.
We're definitely going to begin our show with our very first story.
Yeah. A self-driving Uber car was involved in an accident on Friday night in Tempe, Arizona, in one of the most serious incidents to date involving a growing fleet of autonomous vehicles being tested on U.S. roads and prompting Uber to suspend autonomous car testing in the state. So what's up? Was the road jacked up? Was the Uber driver under the influence? What was going on?
No, it was an autonomous vehicle thing. So technically nothing that the driver did. It's still under investigation, but Uber is currently stopping most of their cars. So all their autonomous car testing has been canceled currently. So that's this is probably one of the largest accidents, the most obvious accidents, where it's actually the car's fault. And so they're making the very good PR move of saying, oh, we're going to stop all our testing currently until we figure this out.
Looking at the picture, that's a pretty major accident for the car to literally be on its side. I would understand a little fender bender, bump, what have you, kind of thing. Maybe a cat got run over, but dude, the car is on its side.
Yeah, definitely. That is a very it's a turnover car. I mean, that's probably pretty big. But out of all the hours and hours and hours of testing, this is probably the most major one. And nobody died, nobody got hurt. But it is a pretty big blow to their particular test market.
I want to say it was a rival Lyft driver.
Oh, they just they sabotaged their data,
like a chain gang kind of thing. It was just like oh, it's one of those Uber mofos. Let's go take care of it.
That could very well be. But we'll find out more in the next week or so when they're finished with the investigation.
Just glad no actual people got hurt or died.
It's always good. Yeah. Now, into tech news, we have a London-based group is demanding that Apple, the company, pay a ransom by April the 7th. Or it will wipe out 250 million iCloud accounts. Apple said it has not been breached, and the data group has come from a previously compromised third-party services. ZDNet's Zach Whitaker confirmed some of the data from the group and estimates that at least some of the data is at least a couple years old. Concerned Apple users should change passwords and make sure they have two-factor authentication enabled. So this is interesting that they're actually ransomwaring Apple, the company.
It's technical hacker ransom, literally. I don't know. They're saying that it's a third party. So unless you're that third party people,
well, no, they're saying that their ability to hack these iCloud accounts is not Apple's fault.
No,
that's what they're saying very clearly. They're saying third party software, they got in through that stuff. Like they hacked those properties or those credentials were taken from other people's accounts or other people's services, and that's how the hackers got the information. They're not saying that it's not accurate or that this isn't going to actually happen. Apple's just saying you guys, if you're worried, change your passwords. Put two-factor authentication. Means that they not only need the password, but they also need like to verify it from your phone or from some other authorized device that this you're accessing the account appropriately. What about you? If you had do you have an iCloud account?
No.
Okay, so let's say if you did, would you want Apple to pay the ransom?
Apple to pay for it?
Well, yeah, they're the ones who are being ransomed, not the people.
Well, that's true. I don't know. It's depending on what I have on it. If I was a CEO with a bunch of like client accounts and stuff like that, even my personal social security, all the basic ones, that to avoid your what's it called?
Identity theft stuff.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yes, I said totally. Okay. But if you're a Joe Schmo guy that just has porn pictures and just old emails and whatever on there.
Oh, but then you have to get new porn. I mean, that's always the downside.
It's the internet.
Okay, there's plenty of
new porn. So and if you're I'm gonna a little current event, a little female wrestler that got her account, her phone.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not the only one. There are also several actresses recently had their phone videos leaked to the world.
But
and
it's always been warned, and you should know better.
Don't take naked pictures. It's the internet age, especially if you're semi-famous.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I mean, not that it's their fault, but this just you shouldn't do that kind of stuff. Okay, now on to some entertainment news.
Yeah, Wonder Woman is currently slated for a June 2nd, 2017 release in theaters. And this week, the Motion Picture Association of America has, stamped the movie with a PG-13 rating for sequences of violence and action and some suggestive content. Though fans are expecting some war scenes with the movie, it's curious as to what kind of content of the movie be considered suggestive.
Yes. Is this going to be like a Wonder Woman stripteaser scene, or is it going to be, what's your guy's name? I can't remember. Captain something.
I was going to go with the island. I was going to say Lesbos.
Oh, yeah, of the mascara. They might, have some sex scene there, or like some suggestive scene that, women couple up. I mean, because that's all they have.
Side boob, baby.
Which would make sense. I mean, sociologically, that kind of relationship dynamic would be acceptable there, even in like the 40s,
Well, I don't think you saw it, but I did see the Beauty and the Beast movie, and there was the whole, I don't know if you
Gaston is gay?
Actually, it wasn't Gaston.
Oh, who was it?
Le Fou.
You mean the candle?
Le Fou was Gaston's sidekick.
Oh, yeah.
The little chubby guy.
Yeah.
They gave suggestive that he was gay.
It wasn't like a gigantic leap, though.
They weren't like tongue fucking each other in the mouth, getting it on or whatever like that. But there was a kind of like a little spoiler. Funny scene is where villagers go to the castle. It's a big scene where all the inanimate objects fight the villagers off and whatnot. And they did one of the scenes where the drawer, chamber, dresser, wardrobe thing.
Lady,
wrapped up one of the bad guy villagers people. Actually wrapped up like 3 of them. Wrapped them up and everything. They're all like in drag costumes and all that. They're like, oh my god, I'm in girl clothes. Except one was like, ooh, hello. Like, okay. Work. That kind of deal. And I'm like, hell. Way to go, Disney. Way to go on that part. And the other biggest thing, I think that was the biggest thing that other countries and a couple southern states, of course, didn't want to show the movie. It was...
there's that protest where they said they're going to boycott or just not any film movie place that was playing because of it. Yeah,
because the biggest scene was the last scene, ballroom scene. Le Fou and the cross-dressing whatever villager eventually... switch partners and eventually meet each other. And they're like, oh hello.
Okay.
And then that's what everybody's like, oh my god, you can't that's too gay.
How dare you?
Guys can't hold each other's hand like that. It's wrong. But so if they're tripping out over that, especially a Disney movie, island full of women.
Yeah, no, I mean there are several comics that kind of say that Diana Troy's bi, so that she like.
Oh well.
That's just fine. I mean, she's very much a strong female icon in that respect. So that makes sense.
Touching fart boxes. Let's do this.
So that's what you think that it means. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
I'd be happy to see like a rated R Wonder Woman movie when she's like chopping off heads and limbs and stuff with that sword.
Like 300, but with girls.
Yeah, that'll work for me. Yeah.
Oh, that actually sounds really cool.
It does.
With 300 girls.
300 girls or women.
No, women. Yeah. Women. I'm sorry, let me get all PC on.
Well, let's get accurate. Yeah. Okay. In other entertainment news, we have director James Gunn saying Sylvester Stallone's mysterious character and Kurt Russell's ego, the character, not his actual ego, are a big part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and will reappear in future films. So these aren't one-off characters, at least, who are going to die off. These are I'm assuming we're going to see these in the Infinity War series, since everybody else is showing up. Why not these guys?
It's once again still a mystery.
But that doesn't mean that they're probably not space janitors.
No, because if Kurt Russell is literally going to be a living, huge planet,
yes,
pretty much a big thing with a face, probably have that really cool mustache, hopefully. Sylvester Stallone, who we still have. I think we kind of joked around.
Well, there are rumors that he's going to be something in the what's it called? The Space Police.
Judge Dredd.
Well, not Judge. No. One of the remember the Rocket guys? I forget.
The Nova Corps.
The Nova Corps. Yeah, he's going to be like someone important in the Nova Corps. Mm-hmm. Maybe he's going to be Space Judge Nova Corps.
Yeah, I could see that, but I forgot we joked about it. I thought of him doing the voice as Howard the Duck instead of who was it? Who voiced him? I think it was Seth Green.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm curious to see. I mean, obviously, everybody wants on this Marvel superhero thing at this point.
Did they or did they not voice the dog in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Cosmo?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it had a voice. It was just Howard the Duck, and the Cosmo the dog was just sitting there with a space uniform. No.
Yeah. Well,
it's
still a mystery. I don't know. I want to hear responses. I want to who's actually. Hey man, who will Sylvester Stallone be in Guardians of the Galaxy? I want to think of somebody ridiculous.
I'd like to see him as a villain. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that's true.
He very rarely plays even like a darker role.
Well, obviously we got Thanos already taken care of, so he can't be Thanos.
That's Infinity War, so this is Guardians of the Galaxy. Thanos isn't showing up in Guardians 2, I believe. They've already said that. Obviously in the Infinity Wars, but not here. But we'll have to wait and see. It's not that long to wait either. We have a nice new trailer for them as well for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which we'll be talking about later.
Yeah.
But in other interesting comic entertainment news...
Yeah, a new Spider-Man Homecoming figure from Hot Toys of the homemade Spider-Man suit has been revealed. So you're seeing pretty much more details than other than those little really bad blurred pause images from Civil War of the homemade Spider-Man costume. And honestly, it's pretty cool. It gives you a little bit of a hint of the Scarlet Spider because of the hooded sweatshirt and the blue bodysuit. But it's literally sweats. It's not spandex.
Honestly, I like this better than the other homemade costume versions.
Like this the Tobey Maguire one?
Yeah, this one feels more authentic. Where's a kid going to get those sewing skills as a teenager in the internet age? I mean, but yeah, he can put together a costume made out of an old sweatshirt and some joggers.
The most high tech thing that he has, of course, is the eye gear and
the
web shooters.
The web shooters, yeah. Which I like. I always like the mechanical web shooters instead of the biological version, because it always highlights, it's Peter Parker is a science genius. He's not just a kid who can climb walls.
Exactly. It's funny that the boots kind of almost look like galoshes in a way. They almost look like Crocs.
They probably are galoshes, yeah.
That or red Crocs, because those look like high red socks. Looks like basic sweats. You know what?
He's wearing Crocs. That's funny.
Yeah, and especially his
which doesn't quite make sense with the sticking to walls thing necessarily.
Exactly, and his whole literally sweats kind of gear, being sweatpants, sweatshirt with a hooded sweat, and look like a homemade. It's all homemade. Even the Spider album is all.
It's a very good outfit, by the way. I mean, very nice toy, by the way. But this is cool. I like it.
Comic-Con. People will be wearing easy costumes.
Sometimes I think that they start planning their character outfits around cosplay these days.
Oh, yeah.
We want to make it as easy as possible so that people can play the fan and do free advertising for us.
That's pretty much
all the variants in these costumes.
I'm surprised they don't have, coming September, blah, 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 sewn onto the back. It is literally free publicity for them. So.
Yep. Which is, I'm glad that they finally recognize that, allow these people to do the cosplay, even though it's technically some kind of trademark infringement.
Now, what do you think? The mask is one thing; it literally looks like a felt mask over his whole head. But the eyes, because obviously in the comic, the Tony Stark version,
I want to see that that's part of his technical costume where they're just glasses that self-correct or something, maybe
servo thingy.
Yeah, which shouldn't be that hard for a mechanical genius Parker to do. If you can do the web shooters, creating glasses that zoom in automatically.
And I gotta
Probably
give,
not an issue.
I gotta give it credit because it looks so bulky. It looks like a very fat guy friendly costume.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, he's not wearing this tight
Oh yeah,
spandex with the
absolutely. Yeah,
ripped
yeah. I would
abs,
feel much more comfortable
painted
in
on
the
muscles.
in the sweatshirt Spider-Man
Oh
outfit
yeah.
than spandex Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Marvel, for that.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of some interesting ways that movies are going, Hasbro is seeking to reboot the GI Joe franchise with a millennial approach, which I don't know what that means, and neither do they apparently. But they're basically trying to make it as friendly and as broad as Transformers is. So as I guess actiony maybe, I don't know. I'm not really sure what they mean, and I don't think they do either, to be honest.
Millennial.
From their press statement, they say they want to make it as inclusive and broad and millennial friendly as possible, and they're basically trying to go with to be as successful with the GI Joe franchise and their other things as they are with Transformers, which made what was it 7 million and 1.1 billion US worldwide for Transformers, and GI Joe basically made less than half of that. So, and then they also, of course, want to introduce the other members of the family. They're kind of go the Marvel route where they're trying to add in all their different pieces. But apparently, they're going to start including ROM, Micronauts, Visionaries, Mask, in addition to GI Joe and Transformers. And honestly, I've heard of none of those except for GI Joe and Transformers. So,
Well, in the Michael Bay universe, the closest thing to a crossover between any of these titles was, I don't know, did you watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows?
yeah, we saw it together. I think.
Did we?
Yeah, here at the house.
Oh, okay.
I mean, in the theaters.
Yeah. But there was a scene where it was a guy cosplay, costume, whatnot, dressed up as Bumblebee and interacting with Michelangelo. And that was like the closest thing that you saw.
Oh no,
as
that
a
was during the
crossover.
party scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
During the
remember that. Yeah.
Carnival, Halloween parade,
Yeah,
whatever kind
and
of thing.
he was doing like he as a car, and then he walked up, and like the very much the Hollywood Walk of Fame kind of outfits.
That
Yeah,
costume guy, yeah. But that was your first
crossover
crossover
for
slash
Hasbro.
Easter egg slash whatever kind of thing for it. So
I would love to see a GoBots versus Transformers. Crossover.
not
I
the
think I think that would be interesting. Robots in
it'd be
disguise
funky.
versus robots in disguise.
Yeah, but as for at least the GI Joe, it's always been an awesome series, and it has kind of left out like it was going to be continuing on. I excuse me. They always wanted to show more of the Snake Eyes, because Snake Eyes alone, even though he doesn't talk
I
at
feel like
all,
he could have his own movie.
he's pretty much the
yeah.
Silent Bob of the Ninja
The
World.
Ninja World, yeah.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be much dialogue for his part. But
No, it doesn't
everybody
need to be.
else,
Silent films. Everyone else talks. He just, he signs or something. And that would be it. Yeah. I think that would still be very, very, very interesting art piece, if nothing else.
Oh yeah.
But the ninja stuff alone would be cool to watch.
Definitely. I just like to see more because there's so many other characters in the GI Joe franchise alone that they have not tapped into. It's just a matter of how much money they want to spend and how
much actors. Yeah,
exactly.
Definitely. I mean, not either one of those is really story intensive. They're very much just excuses to blow things up and sell toys.
Definitely a big
which is fine. Yeah, that's plenty entertaining for many people. So no judgment there. Okay.
Right.
Adam Sandler's in the news.
Yeah, Netflix has extended its deal with Adam Sandler, who has quietly established himself as a streaming service king of feature comedy. And Sandler preps the fourth film in his first deal. Word is that it might be joined by Chris Rock, who has just signed a Netflix deal for 2 stand-up comedy series specials. Sandler has made a new deal for another 4 films that he will star in and craft through his Happy Madison production banner. He may take the odd actor for hire in the theatrical feature, but he is expected to be the most monogamously to the streaming service during this period, focusing on comedies that are seen solely on Netflix subscribers in 190 countries. Netflix will finance development and production of the films.
Yeah, this is cool. I mean, in my opinion, it's really nice that Adam Sandler is still making money, still making films. He's kind of not done well in the box office the last few times he's been out.
What was the last movie you could think that he put out in the theater?
Oh, it was that vacation movie. They tried to do it again with him and it was him and Drew Barrymore, and they were like a couple that was married and then broke up, and they had a vacation schedule that they both went on with their like separate families.
Oh yeah.
I think that was the last one that I could think of. See,
one.
there you go. That's kind of the issue.
Sad to say, but Yeah, I don't know. Did you watch any of his other movies that came out on Netflix? I don't know if it was a Netflix exclusive, like The
We've
Cobbler.
seen I mean, the Cobbler's there. I don't think it's a Netflix exclusive though.
Yeah.
There's the one he did with Kevin James as the spy movie. No, was that the right one?
No, that's the one
No, that
with
was
David
David
Spade.
Spade. Yeah, David Spade
I
did
saw
that
that
one.
one. I actually enjoyed it.
It was okay.
It wasn't great, but it felt one of those like straight to DVD.
Yes, but those two movies are very very similar in their tone and like straight to DVD kind of And then there was the Incredible Eight or something or the
Oh yes, the one that the Native Americans decided to back out on because they thought it was like very insulting to.
and
the
then
people.
probably it was absolutely. I mean, but it's
Hateful
for
Eight, I
it's
think,
for
or
comedy
something.
it's for comedy's sake. Yeah, it's something like that. But it was like a Western version.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, all my friends get to be in this movie.
Hey, they all paycheck to paycheck.
But it just I'm like so surprising that he's doing so well on Netflix. But if that's the platform he finds the audience on,
Because
I mean they not only have him for 4 movies now, but an additional 4 movies that they just signed him up for. So he's
got the
good
money.
for him. Yeah, I mean if this is definitely the age of where you can find your niche audience and do successfully. I mean, just that's what happened to me with that book. It just without this whole box of them down there somewhere. But,
I'm gonna plug it.
yeah, in
But,
the age of the internet, you can find like a very tiny audience and still do very well.
It's like those YouTube kids.
Yeah,
Those, they've got enough of a following. Why not? But I'm gonna see what his other stuff is. So far, at least for the stuff that he's put out in the theaters, it's been very sentimental. Even though it was like a comedy, it always has a very family oriented.
He always feels so tired though in movies these days. It's just
you can only do
it's
so
a
much.
product of age. But I'm curious to see if he can get Chris Rock into part of these new movies. I think that'd be kind of cool. And I'm certainly more forward to an Adam Sandler's comedy special than to an Adam Sandler movie.
And
I want to see what kind of new bits he has for the actual comedy special.
And Chris Rock too. He's been always amazing doing comedy specials. Right now, I'm watching the Dave Chappelle. It's actually really good.
Is it?
Get a chance to watch
Good,
it.
good. I was hoping it was. Okay, now on to some cool concept art from Deadpool and some casting stuff. This week there was some leaked.
Hey Hans.
Hey Hans. Hans is in our chat room saying hello, man. How's it going? But there's some leaked concept art for Deadpool that has hit the internet. Some art showing off what Cable and Domino may look like in the upcoming film. Yes, Hans. Hans in the chat room says, "Hey, you guys are early." Yes, this guy
I literally got off of work.
Yeah, he just got off work literally, half an hour ago, drove straight here.
Working
So we
16
decided
hours.
to do the recordings now instead of waiting 6 to 8, 10 hours for him to like sleep and wake up. This is
Recharge.
slightly easier for him so he doesn't have to break up his sleep pattern as much. So, but back to that Cable Deadpool art.
Yeah.
It looks pretty badass, I have to say. I mean, in additional like casting news, Domino has been cast. Apparently, it's going to be that girl from Atlanta, Zazie Beetz. That's her actual name, Zazie Beetz. And Man of Steel actor Michael Shannon is reported to be the front runner to play Cable in Deadpool 2. But if you go look at the concept art, is it me or does Cable look like Brad Pitt?
Thank you.
I mean, maybe that's who they're hoping to go for. And I can see it. I mean, he doesn't remember people's faces anyways. And I think the good-looking guy, such a good-looking actor in that film would be a very interesting choice because most superheroes aren't super hot. Like they're okay. They're like 7s and 8s, right? But like Brad Pitt for most women has been like a 10. A 9 or a 10, right? So him standing out would be very much, I think, a good comedy relief or like a good counterpoint to the gore and the action and just like the really silly humor in there. And he doesn't have to have a lot of lines necessarily.
True, but also, come on, if you're going to be with Ryan Reynolds, how is he not going to talk smack about his
I think he would.
handsomeness?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that'd be a great opportunity for comedy as well. So no, Hans in the Tramp says, so Brad Pitt is Cable? No, we're Cable has not been cast yet officially, but if you look at the
art.
which he probably can't see.
Well, let's
flip
it over.
There you go. So this is the concept art that has been leaked to the internet, and he just looks.
Especially in that shot, he looked like Fight Club, but with a metal arm.
Yeah, very much so. So that's the concept art for him. Now the Domino, she's actually been cast. which is what was surprising to me when I saw it. I'm like, oh wait, that's an interesting way for concept art. And then I read later somewhere else that she's been cast. How's the Domino's actually going to look like as an actress? And this is some of her costume stuff.
So pretty much they gave her vitiligo.
Yeah.
In the eye.
Yeah, which is kind of, I mean, the eye thinking is like the silliest nod to me because it doesn't really match up with the rest of the costume. And if you're going to change it that much, why keep that little bit unless it's, technically necessary for her powers?
Yeah, because honestly, no offense, go with a really pale white chick with the black eye, because that's like what Domino is, unless they want to be.
It's hard to get albino actresses who do action stuff. You know what I mean? Well, you can make a her, can't you?
Well, unless you make her really black and the eye really white.
That could be how they're going to go. I mean, and to be honest, the character's facial features aren't the most interesting thing about Domino. You know what I mean? I mean, yes, she has a very iconic look, but it's not so interesting that it has to stay that way. You know what I mean?
True. I just wonder if she's going to rock that same hairstyle, though.
Yeah, love it.
Big fro.
Hope so. It would very much lean in like this Afro samurai look.
Dummy fro. So,
yeah. No. It would also play into like making it inclusive to a different segment of the population that wasn't included in maybe Deadpool the first one or in other comics.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That'll work, man.
I like it. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Talking about more characters in the movie world. This summer, a new Spider-Man makes his film debut. Next fall, a film focusing on his frequent opponent Venom should be hitting the theaters. And now a third film based on the Spider-Man universe is in the works. This one starring both Black Cat and Silver Sable.
Yep. So I'm not sure what the storyline's going to be. But hey, more Spider-Man related films. I'm always happy for us. I'm looking more forward to Venom personally.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
But, I do get that they're trying to get as many new superhero films out there as possible.
But Black Cat for sure. Pretty much Black Cat is the equivalent to the Catwoman in the DC universe. But she's very cool.
Except that she's hotter.
I want to say yeah. I'm going to go with yeah. And depending if you know their storyline or anything behind that Black Cat, very similar depending on which version that you read. She's pretty much the equivalent of a female Captain America because she got the powers of the Super Soldier Serum.
Yeah.
But she's a cat.
But she also has luck.
Yeah.
Which is always a weird power to have to me. I mean, if it was more like a stat roll in like an RPG that I would read.
Yeah.
Than like a superhero comic.
Level up plus this, kind of.
Big great luck stat there somewhere.
Luck status plus 8 when you're wearing a certain mask.
When wearing your skimpy outfit.
Exactly. And with Silver Sable, she's pretty much like a agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.-ish kind of, top agent person, weapon specialist.
They both have blonde, like white hair though. I just realized. Just thinking about it.
The only difference is just mask or no mask, that weird
costume outfits,
claw costume. But I want to see Black Cat. I always want to see her, especially in the Spider-Man universe. I remember growing up watching the cartoons. It was really cool. I want to get to know more because she is especially establishes a relationship with Spider-Man, and she has a different relationship with Peter Parker.
Yeah, she's definitely one of. Well, she actually has a relationship with Peter Parker once he reveals to her that he's Spider-Man, which he does before he reveals to Mary Jane, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. So she's one of the very few characters that Parker has as a love interest outside of Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy, who dies. But
Silver Sable just pretty much once again agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., weapon specialist, kind of hot chick.
But
a little white outfit.
Yeah, but it makes sense as far as like a tactical point of view. Mm-hmm. Black Cat up front, melee, Silver Sable, long range, fighting, shooting thing. So there you go. Okay, that's it for most of our news this week, guys. There you go. We just have our movie trailer showdown, and then that'll be the end of the show. Short show, because this guy has to do some commenting on Avatar, and then he's
Space Cats.
Space Cats, yep. Which we'll be putting out to our Patreon subscribers and then to the public after a while. Okay, movie trailer showdown. We have 4 trailers enter. Only one leaves. This week we have for you 4 trailers. Death Note, the live action movie, has gotten its trailer. It's on Netflix. Interesting. Justice League, that just came out yesterday. There's also the trailer for Deadpool the Musical, Beauty and the Beast parody. And then there's Guardians of the Galaxy. That is the final trailer. So 4 trailers. Have you seen them all? Excellent, man. So you've seen them all. Which one was your favorite?
Honestly, I like Justice League a lot just because they were showing a lot more and more.
Yep.
But it still has that feel like something like somebody messed with the contrast on your television, so it looks very very dark, very timid. Like you want to brighten it up so you can see more of the detail.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go because I like comedy. I like slaughtering of people and a lot of X-Men characters. The Deadpool musical.
That is the exact same one that I chose this week as well. That Deadpool musical was just too hilarious not to enjoy. In second place for me, I was probably going to go Death Note just because I'm happy to see that story come to life, even though it is kind of whitewashed and set in America, oddly enough, which I thought was weird. But hey, whatever. But definitely the Deadpool musical thing was absolutely hilarious.
Did you see the fan film of the alternative ending or the post ending of the Logan movie?
Logan, yeah, where he shows up at the gravesite.
With the metal detector trying to find him.
And then he thinks about stabbing with the healing serum, which probably would have saved him, which apparently nobody has any extra of, even all those soldiers on all those cars. Which is a really good point. I thought that was funny too. But the parody musical was absolutely fun, and you got to see 3 female characters.
Rogue, at least one of them I could make out.
One was Rogue, one was
Black Widow,
and the other one was I think it was Psylocke.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it was a very good cosplay Psylocke, but during the fight scene, I think we saw like a Psylocke blade come out.
Oh, that makes sense.
So yeah, but yeah, Han Limu in the chat room says Deadpool was hilarious. Now, if you're referring to the movie, I agree, and especially for the parody, you can check it on YouTube. We have in the show notes, of course, for the link to the Deadpool musical. I'm playing it in our recorded version of the show as well, if you want to go
you
check that
gotta
out.
love these fan films that they've done with them because they're spending so much quality, the costume itself, the scenes. You think it was something made for specifically the movie. The other fan film that I saw, other than, of course, the Bat in the Sun series with anything with Deadpool, it was always amazing. Did you ever see this Deadpool versus Candy Crush?
I don't think I did.
It's a weird thing. This guy is literally playing Candy Crush. Deadpool's here, and he's, I don't know if it was a character show, but this guy's playing like a Candy Crush, and he gets like possessed or something. But there's like a live Candy Crush things coming out, and he's like using the Candy Crush things to fight Deadpool. It's just really weird, but like really well done. It's kind of always been hit and miss because obviously you're not hearing the Ryan Reynolds voice coming out of the characters, but
look at all those hearts Amy Acosta has.
Oh, it's because of this.
Yeah. Oh, so she's enjoying the Starbucks, and Han Loomis says that he was referring to the parody.
He doesn't want to admit it, but he has one too.
I do, yes. I know he doesn't like to drink alone, so I was more than happy to help him out in his addiction. There you go, folks. Okay, but then that's it.
Straight lines through my veins, but yeah, the one movie that I kind of offered this gentleman to watch, which I'm hearing a lot of good reviews.
Yeah,
good reviews, is the Power Rangers movie.
Yeah.
I'm hearing nothing but good reviews about this Power Ranger movie, so I can't wait till see it myself. Or with my lovely wife. Or
we will be watching the Power Rangers movie after this, but we have obligations to our Patreon subscribers to do commentary tracks for Avatar.
Space Cats,
yeah, that version. So there you go, folks. But that's it for the show. Again, watch all those trailers that have come out this week. They're amazing. We have them all in the show notes for the podcast, which you can check it out on our Facebook or on our actual website at geekbytespodcast.com. And April Coke Mejia in the chat room says, the trailer for Power Rangers was good. I'm glad you like that. I mean,
I'm hearing fan loyalists love it. There's
I'm super skeptical of it, though. Just because I've been burned by too many superhero movies, and especially Power Ranger movies. The last one just...
I gotta give in. I'm old school fan of the Power Rangers. If I could have it, my own other costume amongst the costumes that I own, I would love to have a Green Ranger costume.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I actually gave in because I wasn't sure if it was going to be good or bad, and I didn't care. I wound up buying the Megazord one.
Yeah, I remember.
And it's huge. I was actually tempted.
Did you get the pieces together individually or the big Megazord?
Individually.
That's what I thought.
I like to build.
Yeah, it always makes more sense than getting the whole thing at once. Like that to me, you lose the collector aspect of it. You know?
Yeah, it's like the whole toy hunting. If you will, for those guys that like to do that.
Toy hunting, sending the wives for hunting, whatever it is.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, my wife did that for Voltron for me. So
yeah.
Very thank you, very love you, and all that good stuff. So, yeah, man. Want to go do some commentary, some Space Cats?
Yeah, we're going to do some commentary right now for Avatar, which you can catch on our website, geekbytespodcast.com, or as a Patreon subscriber. So there you go. Real quick, Hans asks, is anybody else excited for the new Big Bang Theory spinoff of young Sheldon Cooper?
A young Sheldon Cooper?
Yes.
You know what? This is the first I've heard of this.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah, they're doing a spin-off show for just young Sheldon Cooper. So I haven't watched The Big Bang Theory in probably a good year or so. I mean, occasionally here and there. It just got boring to me. Once everybody started pairing off, that was half the fun.
Is Raj still by himself, or did he just?
He had a girlfriend for a while. I don't know if he's the last one to go.
He was always ruined his relationships though and anything. But,
yeah, he was. Yeah,
it's a good show. I still liked it. We recently watched the like. Not in a specific sequence or anything. We just started watching some episodes, and we finally got to see the birth of the baby of Bernadette and
yep,
Howard.
Totally missed that. Sorry. Yeah, I haven't seen it. It's been that long,
they
guys.
have a baby.
Yeah, I remember they got married, and I think she was pregnant at some point.
Yeah,
but I kind of skipped out afterwards. It's just
I know
other shows to watch, other things to read, other podcasts to make.
Yeah, I know. But
so there you go.
If you watch it, it's almost kind of like self-promotion for other things, because they talk about going to certain places, especially since it's California based. Like, you went to the Wizarding World without us,
or or movies or whatever. Yeah,
exactly. And then it's totally something you can relate.
It's fine.
with.
Like I said, it's to me it's kind of gone downhill since like season 1 and 2, but
it's not. She cut her hair.
It's not a bad show. I'm just saying I found other things that were more entertaining. Like I think Daredevil came out and Power Man came out. Which we forgot to talk about. Iron Fist. You finished all the episodes, right?
I binged it.
It took me a little longer to watch it than you did, I think. What do you think of it?
I liked it. I kind of understood a little bit of some people weren't too crazy. I myself, in the first episode, some of the martial arts filming, the techniques they did, it was very flimsy. It was like
if you have Netflix money, it wasn't as tight as it should have been, to be honest.
It wasn't Daredevil.
Not until especially if you compare it to Daredevil. The action and martial arts was just not up to par.
Exactly. Especially for being a kung fu master.
Yeah, you would think it would be even better than Daredevil. You know what I mean?
That's what I was expecting.
But. I was too, and I was disappointed in it. But it gets better after about episode 5 on. Mm-hmm. After you get past all that, I'm Danny Rand and nobody believes me, and I'm trying to establish myself.
Honestly, I'm like, shut up, white boy.
Seriously, you could skip episodes. You probably have to see episode 1, but you could skip 2, 3, and 4, and maybe 5, and jump into 6. And it gets better once people start dying and betrayals start happening. It gets a little bit better, but it doesn't get a lot better, to be honest. Yeah, like the martial arts stuff actually does improve as the episodes go on. But the entire series, the entire season feels very rushed. Like they didn't take the months and months to do all the planning and to do all the martial arts training, which is kind of sad for me. But in a way, it kind of makes sense because Iron Fist is almost just a side character. He's the sidekick for Power Man.
Yeah.
In that duo, so the fact that they're not devoting as much to him until he gets into the Defenders sort of makes sense to me.
Did you catch any Easter eggs or anything like that in it?
Yeah, I saw Stanley. There's a Stanley poster in one scene, and that was supposed to be his cameo.
The way they did it in Daredevil too, they had his picture in the background as like
this one was like
a chief thing.
This was a drawing of Stanley on a poster for like some comic thing.
No, the only thing I noticed is I was wondering if they were actually going to show the Iron Fist costume, because that was my thing with all the movies.
They sort of did. They showed it in the
spoilers.
Yeah, spoiler. They show the costume in like the black and white film of like someone like the Chinese,
Iron Fist.
Like the Chinese going in the mountains of the Himalayas and finding the Iron Fist and getting their butts kicked. Like he's using 2 glowing fists, but he totally has the costume on. That's the closest we get to it.
Yeah, but it wasn't the green yellow with the open chest and the dragon and all that kind of stuff. But it looked like that one first version of Daredevil, almost.
Sort of,
with the black bandana covering his eyes and
which is fun, which is what the costume looks like originally. I mean, so it's not like it's out of place. Yeah.
But that's it. Hopefully, we'll see how the
but you're right. A lot of it was very much whiny rich white guy problems.
Seriously, which I don't know. Did you ever find it interesting? Spoilers once again if you haven't seen it. The son that winds up growing up, to me, he looked older than the dad.
Yes, and that was definitely part of it. I think he was supposed to have stopped aging because he was resurrected by the hand. Just like Madame Gao is apparently hundreds of years old, but she still looks relatively the same age. I think it's part of the hand process, but they don't explain it. Like that's a side effect of it, that they stop or they just start aging very slowly. But yeah, I found that to be a little weird too before they explained it. Like, wait, that's your dad? He looks the same. He looks actually younger than you,
Yeah.
your son. But I think that was intentional, just not executed very well.
The only thing is, I hated the bitch sister that started developing a heart. She was like an equivalent to the
She was
Grinch.
very wishy-washy sometimes. Like one scene, she was very grrr.
She's like, fuck poor people.
Yeah.
Then they're like, oh, poor people.
Poor Danny. And I mean, it's part of her redemption into the storyline, but it wasn't, again, not done very well.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, like when she's like thinking of betraying him, I'm like, oh, okay, that just seems odd. But whatever. Okay, so we just reviewed Iron Fist for you guys as well.
There you go. That's our take.
But this is really the end of the show. That's it for us. Thank you very much for watching and listening, folks. And of course, if you want to support us for the podcast, you can do so at...
Do it now. geekbytespodcast.com/support.
That's it. Thanks for watching. For Geek Bytes Podcast, I am Ramon Mejia.
I'm Edgardo Acosta.
And thanks a lot, folks. Until we can hang on again, remember to go geek out about something.